Now, one of my 2010 resolutions was to become a world master of the piccolo. This has sadly failed. It's time for music!
Tyson from QTV here with Max from the Arkells. Max, welcome back to Kingston.
Hey, thanks for having me.
You're playing a show at Zappas Lounge tonight. You guys are sold out. How does it feel to sell out a show in Kingston in a kind of a intimate venue like Zappas Lounge?
Yeah, it's super exciting. Kingston was actually the first show of the tour to sell out, and we were here in April with Metric, and it's really fun to come back and play like a good old-fashioned sweaty rock show.
Now, how is it? I mean, you guys released your album back in 2008, Jackson Square, and that album has been great. I mean, you guys are still kind of riding on the success from that album. How have you managed coming up in the music industry right now? You guys are obviously very busy promoting that album and promoting yourselves. How have you guys managed with that and cope with that?
Yeah, we've been really fortunate. The album, has allowed us to, tour Canada and, to get played on radio stations. And this tour is sort of like the last leg of Jackson Square, and we're really excited to kind of bang it home and kind of play locally and where kind of our biggest fan base is, which is kind of in Ontario. So it's really exciting to come for the last time on this album cycle and have people still really enthusiastic about it. And then in January we're going to be making the new record, and we'll have new music probably in the first half of 2011 for people to hear.
So, I mean, after a successful album, how do you guys feel about going to the studio and recording something new, something completely different? You want to have something good to follow up with. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends if... I think we kind of usually know in our gut if we like the songs. And, I think with Jackson Square, we thought that, we had a lot of confidence in the songs, and we felt good about playing them live. And so, with the new batch of songs, we feel great about them. We've been able to play a few of them on this tour. And so it's exciting. I mean, if we didn't feel great about the songs, then I'd be worried. But I think, I know I'm happy with, where we're at going to the studio, and we'll hope it translates, when we actually hit the record button.
So where do you think the band's going to go next? I mean, with this new album, going down to the States, going to Europe, what's next for you guys there?
Yeah, well, we want to, we've been, really happy with the amount of touring we got to do in Canada off Jackson Square, and we want to do the same thing in America and Europe and be able to, I think the thing with our band is that we translate best in a live environment. We've practiced and tried to get really good at like being a real live band, and we want to be able to do that in America, and hopefully it'll translate there and in Europe and wherever else they'll let us play.
Finally, a question of a different feel. I got to know, where does the name the Arkells come from?
The Arkells, well, we all met in Hamilton, and Mike and I lived on Arkell Street, and we used to be called Charlemagne when the band first started. And one day we found out that we needed to change our name because another guy actually owned the rights to it. And we were, getting ready to promote the EP, and our record label was like, we're gonna print off a bunch of flyers to put in, to start advertising. And then we said, oh, wait a second, we need to tell you something. There's another Charlemagne. We need another name. We need to choose another name. They go, okay, well, that's cool. You gotta change your name, but this thing's going to the printer in half an hour. So we've been kind of deliberating the decision, kind of sitting on it for a year, and then we had half an hour to make up our mind. And so we always thought Arkells sounded like a 60s doo-wop girl group, kind of. We thought it sounded like the Shirelles or the Vandellas or Mary Wells, Toots and the Maytals, the Beatles, and we thought Arkells kind of fit in that vein. So.
Awesome, guys. You heard it on QTV. You got to check these guys out live if you haven't heard them. We just heard their sound check. Absolutely unbelievable. Very tight band. Max, thank you for taking the time to be with QTV, and best of luck tonight.